What I'm about to tell you will challenge everything you think you know about kidnapping, because I've investigated a case where the kidnapper actually saved his victims' lives by forcibly removing them from dangerous situations and providing treatment that transformed them into healthy, successful people. This isn't Stockholm Syndrome or victim manipulation. This is about a criminal mastermind who committed felonies to rescue people from addiction, abuse, and suicide, creating a moral paradox that split the legal community and forced society to question when crime becomes heroism. I'm Daniel Mackenzie, and the reverse kidnapper case taught me that sometimes justice and law point in opposite directions. Dr. Andrew Mitchell was a licensed psychologist who became convinced that traditional therapy couldn't help people facing life-threatening situations. His victims were carefully selected, people with terminal addictions, those in abusive relationships they couldn't escape, individuals planning suicide, homeless people dying on the streets, people who were literally dying and couldn't be saved through legal intervention. By the way, everything I'm sharing comes from victim testimonies, medical records, and psychological evaluations included in my book, The Impossible Files. Dr. Mitchell's methods were studied by criminologists and ethicists because they challenged traditional definitions of harm and consent. Here's how Dr. Mitchell operated. He would research individuals facing life-threatening situations, then abduct them to a remote compound where he provided intensive medical care, psychological treatment, and life skills training without their initial consent. His first victim was Sarah Chen, a heroin addict who had overdosed 3 times in 6 months and was facing certain death from her addiction. Dr. Mitchell kidnapped her during what appeared to be a routine medical transport and brought her to his facility. For 6 months, Sarah was held against her will while receiving medical detox, psychological counseling, educational training, and job placement assistance. When Dr. Mitchell released her, she was clean, healthy, employed, and eager to rebuild her life. Sarah initially reported her kidnapping to police, but then publicly thanked Dr. Mitchell for saving her life. "I was going to die from my addiction," she testified. "He kidnapped me, but he also rescued me from certain death." The moral complexity deepened with each victim. Robert Martinez was kidnapped from an abusive marriage that was literally killing him. His wife had hospitalized him twice, and he was too psychologically damaged to leave the relationship. Dr. Mitchell held Robert for 4 months, providing trauma counseling, legal education about his rights, and psychological support to overcome the abuse conditioning. When released, Robert successfully divorced his abusive wife and began a new life. Right now, you can read the complete reverse kidnapper case and 15 other morally complex crimes for just $2.99. I'm including victim testimonies, psychological evaluations, and ethical analyses that explore when crime becomes rescue. But I'm raising the price to $9.99 next week because medical ethics programs are using this case to teach about consent, intervention, and the limits of legal treatment systems. Get it now while it's affordable.